triggers. I really like tapping on the book in the last video, and so I think I could do some more, and I could talk about books that I like, as well as maybe like read a little bit, which I think is cool. We're gonna start with a nonfiction autobiography. It is titled, hold on, I gotta get to an actual page. It is Kids, Wait Till You Hear This, My Memoir, by Liza Minnelli. So, here's the hardcover, and it's got the signature for Liza Minnelli on the front, and it just says Love Liza with a little smiley face there. It is a complete detail of her life from the time that, basically from when she was born, all the way through the present day, or the present day at the time of the writing of the book. She is 80, and that's around when the book was released. I was really interested in it, and I read it rather quickly. It is, let me tell you how long of a book it is. It is 409 pages. So, a bit long, but it moves really fast, and there's a lot of pictures in it too. So, really interesting book. That's the first one. Not anything too crazy, not anything too special, but a really, really, really good just a really good book. Really well written. Get some page turning here. I love that. That's great. So that's the first book. And then my next book is one that's really close to my heart. Since I was a kid, I loved the movie, but I really like the book too. And it is, sorry, I have hair in my eye. It is The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Now this is a specialty binding. It is rather flexible, which I thought was really cool. Not necessarily a paperback, but also not a hard copy, so it's really weird. But it's got the ruby slippers on the front, which I thought was really cool because in the book they're not ruby, they're silver. Little piece of useless information there, I guess. And then it's all gold lettering for The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. And I think this is the illustrated version. At least it might be. It's not, unfortunately. But a lot of people are familiar with The Wizard of Oz. I don't know if I have to get into what it actually is about, but it's got some cool stuff. It's from Paper Mill Press Classics, so they're really cool. It's got this neat little graphic in the front that has the core four, so the Scarecrow, Dorothy, the Lion, and the Tin Woodsman. And on the back of it, it says, "You have plenty of courage, I am sure," answered Oz. "All you need is confidence in yourself. There is no living thing that is not afraid when it faces danger. The true courage is in facing danger when you are afraid, and that kind of courage you have in plenty." L. Frank Baum, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Love the movie as a kid. Love the book. It's just great. It's a great time. Moving into some other fun stuff. I'm actually going to skip over one of them because I don't really want to talk about that one. But I want to talk about this author specifically, the one I'm about to show you. So this book was recently gifted to me. It's a book that I've read before, but I didn't have my own personal copy. I don't know what my dog is doing back there. He's just being a little guy. I don't know. He's strange and he's deaf. I can't really fuss him. But this is Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. So, Ruta Sepetys actually has another book that I really, really, really like, which is on the back right here. If it'll focus, I don't think it will, but it is called Out of the Easy, and it's about this young girl working in this brothel of sorts, but in like the depths of New Orleans. And I really like New Orleans, and I read that book when I was younger, but it is still a really cool book. But this book here, Between Shades of Grey, by the same author, Ruta Sepetys, it was adapted into a film called Ashes in the Snow, but it is about, it's a historic fiction, so it's based in real events in life, but it isn't a narrative story of a real person. It is a fictitious historic story about a young girl during the Holocaust, I believe. Either during the Holocaust or during times of tension in Soviet Russia. I can't remember. I actually really need to reread it. But I'll read what the back of the book says. A gripping novel of survival and hope in the darkest of places. A knock comes at the door in the dead of night, and Lena's life changes in an instant. With her young brother and mother, she is hauled away by the Soviet secret police from her home in Lithuania and thrown into a little car en route to Siberia. Separated from her father, Lena secretly passes along clues in the form of drawings, hoping they will reach his prison camp. But will her letters or her courage be enough to reunite her family? Will they be enough to keep her alive? So just from that, it does sound like it's during Soviet tensions, but for some reason I thought it had a little base in the Holocaust, but I could be wrong. It is a #1 New York Times best-selling and award-winning author. And then the Washington Post said, few books are beautifully written, fewer still are important. This novel is both. So that is more of my nerdy little interest there, historic stuff and neat things like that, you know. But going into something cool, I don't even know if this is cool. I'm gonna look like a big old nerd. People that are my age out there, and if you're young out there, you may not even know what these are, because they don't make these like this anymore. It's the Minecraft handbooks, guys. What y'all know about the Minecraft handbook? There was 4, okay? You had specific ones. Ooh, that was nice. Wait. Oh, that's nice. And then so, wait. Oh my gosh. I've had these books for a really long time, and they still smell the same as when I got them many years ago. I'm just going to look at the copyright on one of them for a second to see how long ago these were put out. 2014. That was almost 13 years ago. It's 12 years for now, and then we're almost at the end of the year, so we're halfway through the year. But, that's a long time ago. For me, at least, that's what it feels like. So there were 4 handbooks. There was the construction handbook with the shovel on the front. Construction handbook. It was blue. was the combat handbook with the sword. Combat handbook. There was the redstone handbook. Redstone handbook. And it was red. The combat handbook is like a, it's also kind of a red, but like a pinkish red. And the redstone handbook is like redstone red, which obviously. And then there was the essential handbook, which was kind of the overarching, but it really taught you like the mining essentials and whatnot. So it had a pickaxe on it. Essential handbook. I'm gonna read the back of each of them, and then we'll polish up here. Okay. So the first one I'm gonna read is the construction handbook. Let me read it. There's nothing that can't be built in Minecraft, but with so many possibilities, where do you start? And how will you ever match the creative flair of the experts? The official Minecraft construction handbook is packed with tips and step-by-step instructions from master building team Fire UK. You'll learn how to construct houses, bridges, ships, floating islands, and roller coasters that will amaze other players. Plus, check out some of the most awe-inspiring community builds to fuel your own creative genius. You'll be a master builder in no time. I remember building like the houses out of this when I was a kid, and I honestly would probably still do it now. Some of them are really cool. And then this is the back of the redstone handbook. Here's everything you need to know to get connected to the electrifying possibilities of redstone. From basic mining and logic circuits to more advanced mechanics, this book will give you step-by-step instructions to get you fully wired to redstone. With builds including redstone traps and arrow launchers, you'll never fear creepers again. Plus, see some of the most amazing community creations from the very best redstone builders. They'll blow your mind. Because, like, redstone could trigger TNT, so it was like, funny. This is the back of the combat handbook. In Minecraft, you're never alone and the threat of attack is constant. How can you survive? The official combat handbook can teach you everything you need to know to defend yourself from hostile monsters and enemy players. Learn how to build a fort, craft armor and weapons, set mob traps, defeat your enemies in one-on-one combat, and battle your way out of the nether and the end, with tips from many Minecraft experts, as well as the team behind the game at Mojang. You'll be a formidable Minecraft warrior in no time. And then the last one is the Essential Handbook. You're alone in a mysterious new world, full of hidden dangers. You have only minutes to find food and shelter before darkness falls and the monsters come looking for you. What do? The official Minecraft Essential Handbook might just save your life. Learn how to find resources, make a shelter, craft tools, armor, and weapons, and protect yourself from monsters, with tips from Minecraft experts as well as developer Jeb and creator Notch himself. It's the definitive guide to surviving your first few days in Minecraft. So all those books were released by Scholastic, and at the time they were only $6 a piece, which is kind of crazy to think about, because I don't think they would be that much nowadays, almost 12 years later, you know? But I still hold on to these because I thought they were really cool, and I had a copy from my best friend for a really long time of the Essential Handbook, and I don't know where it went. I probably got rid of it, or it got damaged or something, I don't know. But these are really cool, and they're almost like a relic nowadays, because they kind of have like one big handbook now. But I thought it was cool. So that's my book triggers video for the day. I kind of just read a lot and whispered. I tapped a little bit. I feel like I should tap more. Let me know what you want to see. I am also a big music person, and I have a lot of vinyls and LPs that I would love to show. There's my dog again. That I'd love to show. So if you want to see that, let me know, and I could do a video on that if you want. I have a bunch of stuff. A lot of jazz, a lot of Broadway, and then some newer stuff as well. So yeah, just let me know what you want to see, and I will see y'all in the next one. Sleep well, or take a nap if that's what you're doing. But have a good one, and I will see y'all next time.